I was living in New York for a year, and I was really lucky. Right after I got out of school, I was offered a 2-week workshop at Lincoln Center doing 2 Ford and Wilder one-acts as part of their director's project, which they have every June. And it gave me my equity card, and I was like, great, this is awesome, I'm working. I just graduated 2 weeks ago, I got my equity card, I'm set. And then I waited tables for the next year. So, had a lot of fun.
How did you first get on stage there? I mean, a lot of actors in town see that as, you know, I'd love to do that. How do I do that? And they get called in and called in.
I was lucky in that an actor who had been cast in a small role in a play called Lorenzaccio dropped out. He decided he wanted to go to Chicago and be a blue man. And this was a couple months before rehearsal started, and Michael Kahn, the artistic director, I guess, had seen me in 1 or 2 things and called me to audition. And it was a terrible audition. I was surprised I got the role. I was so nervous, you know. But I got the role, and I worked really hard. I think did an okay job, and so they brought me back.
And brought you back and brought you back. Yeah. What's your favorite show at the Shakespeare Theatre?
That I've done?
Yeah, that you.
Wow, that's a great question, because I've done a lot of different types of things. I had a really great time in Taming of the Shrew, which was this kind of 1950s Fellini-esque, really macho version of Taming of the Shrew. I got to play a Guido from the Jersey Shore. This horrible black pompadour and this ridiculous mustache and these gold chains and this red plaid pimp suit. And it was so not me. And I think I was able to just fully embrace and live inside of that mask and go for it, you know. So it was really fun. I also had a great time in Richard III. I played this guy named Catesby, who's kind of one of Richard's henchmen, and it was a pretty small role, but it's kind of one of those ever-present lurking characters who just, you know, he's like the Karl Rove, he's behind the scenes. Like when W needs something done, he gets it done. You know, and so people like fear him and respect him, and I really like the history plays. I think they're my favorite group of his plays. I really like the fact that these people actually existed, and you can go read biographies of them and learn about what that time was actually like and how bloody and ruthless and cutthroat it was.
It's the first time you've been at Signature.
Yes.
I can't believe that. You know, boy, we lost out on that for a long time. So what was the audition process like?
I auditioned, I guess, maybe last April and May. I came in and read a couple of scenes from the play, with a couple of local actresses, and I didn't hear anything back for a couple of weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, you win some, you lose some, that's fine, that's how it goes. And I actually was disappointed. I don't always beat myself up about auditions that I don't feel like I did well in, because you gotta have kind of a thick skin as an actor because you experience rejection a lot. But I really, really liked this play and really liked the character and thought I could do it well, so I was a bit disappointed about that. And I guess maybe because it was a New York director, John Rando, he just wanted to take his time casting it, so I eventually heard back and heard there would be a callback. And I came back and I felt good about the callback. And then I didn't hear anything else for like another 6 weeks. And usually in this town, after a callback, you usually know a day or 2 later whether or not you booked the role. And so I honestly don't know what happened. If, you know, they offered the role to someone else and they dropped out, or if he was New York and he was like, well, there's no rush to cast this, let's just take our time. Yeah.
When did you hear?
I think I probably heard maybe 5 or 6 weeks. Got an official offer 5 or 6 weeks. I was doing this play and I got a call to audition for this this Iraqi veteran Marine who was living under a bridge and self-medicating with alcohol and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And I had basically no time to prepare. Like, are there sides, are there scenes I can look at? I'd love to work on it tonight before I come in tomorrow for the audition. Like, no, we'll give it to you when you get here. I was like, great, whatever. You know? So I went and I read it, and I nailed it, the first audition. And I don't know what it was, but there were just, sometimes things just really clicked.
I thought it was really contained.
Well, the second episode where I go into I played my soldier gets interviewed by this character named Scott Templeton, who's a reporter from the Baltimore Sun, and he interviews me about my time in Iraq and this battle that I was a part of, and he completely spins and embellishes the story to the point where, like, not a lot of what he wrote is actually what happened. And my character, a couple days later, busts into the editor's office at the Baltimore Sun and just starts telling everybody off. It's like, what if the guys I was there with read this? None of this is true, you know? And the reporter actually ends up winning a Pulitzer for this story because it is so dramatic and well, and it's but Ken Ludwig is awesome. He is open to every suggestion we have. There's not much ego involved whatsoever when we ask him questions. He's at rehearsal almost every other day. He's constantly, you know, refining things, doing rewrites, and there's just this constant open dialogue, and it's a very kind of safe room, you know, and by that I mean we are free to ask questions, and even there we haven't had to ask many because his plays are so well crafted. He just has this one thing, kind of expert sense of comedic writing and timing.